Welcome back, my friends. Your interest in the unknown intrigues me. Today I have a special treat for you. The founder of classics still spoken of today. Sad, misunderstood. My friends, can your eyes stare into the horror created by Victor Frankenstein? Welcome back to the Crypt. Today we'll be talking about the original Frankenstein, filmed back in 1910 under the production company of Thomas Edison. This film was directed by J. Sarah Lee Darley. As this film has almost nothing to do with the book, I'm not even going to compare the two. I actually personally hate it when people go, the book was better. It's like, I don't care. As the story begins with Victor Frankenstein, played by Augustus Phillips, he starts off wanting to be a scientist. Now, as this is a silent film, and there's not that many captions in this one, since this is one of the first films ever made, it becomes very confusing, and sometimes you have no idea what's going on. Some very cool aspects of the film are the shot sequences themselves. There's one part where Dr. Frankenstein is sleeping after thinking that his creation is a failure, and from behind the curtains, the monster that he created is peering through the curtains looking down on him, and it's like this eerie type of look to it. It was this really cool shot, and probably one of the scariest things at the time. As Victor goes home, the monster, played by Charles Oakley, follows Victor home. Now this is where things get really confusing, and you can take a look at this shot right here, but I have no idea what's going on. You can go ahead and comment if you want and tell me what you think he's doing, but it's very interesting, very weird. It's alive! As it is also black and white, it has like a more tinted look with a sphera, like copper coloring over it. As it is one of the fewest films actually made back then, it only consists of about 12 to 16 minutes, and it moves very quickly through the story. I do have to say that this is probably one of the most interesting films from 1910, so probably give it, for the time period, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. As time goes on, this film is kind of forgotten, and the typical Frankenstein mask you see everywhere has nothing to do with this film. It looks more like Behemoth wearing part of a bearskin with skeleton hands. Skeleton hands! Edison Manufacturing Company. This is one of the only Frankenstein films where the monster was actually created. In this film specifically, Frankenstein uses chemicals and potions to put this monster together, and it's like, the creation of the monster was actually a monster dummy burning, and they just reversed the footage so it looks like it's being created. Very cool indeed. This Frankenstein specifically usually would always appear in magazines with Charles Oakley as the monster, so this happens to be the birth of the horror film. As this is shot mainly with just one angle for each scene, it's kind of more of a play, stage type of production. But with all the action going on inside it, it's still very interesting, very cool. Cinematography, I can get an A+. Maybe it's the choreographing, one of the two, but the director kind of does everything, so director's your man. So I'll give it a shout out to Mary Shelley for writing this beautiful novel. I think she's dead. Well, that's it for today. As always, I am Jacob Whitley, and this is my Cryptic Cinema. Join us next week as we dive back into the crypt, as we pull out more from the Mad Doctor genre. If you're interested in seeing the film, there's a link in the description. It's not that long, so I'd recommend checking it out. It's pretty good.